the relationship between me and General Akubuwan. Let me appreciate all our leaders here and my wife that are here for this twin program of the memorial lecture and a tribute in honor of my father, Chief E.K. Clark. We appreciate so much. And we join the children, the direct biological children, and all of us who are his political children. So thank you. It's difficult to end comments on E.K. Clark. Somebody asked me in an interview, now E.K. Clark is gone in the Niger Delta, do you think you can have a replacement for E.K. Clark? And I said that you don't need to look for a replacement for E.K. Clark because you will not get it. Because he's quite a unique person. Even at his age, his memory. If you mention a name as a young man of 30-something, 40-something, will tell you what he did with your father. Not so many people have that kind of memory. And if you're listening to all the contributors, you really see that he was a very courageous person, very focused. And one key thing, he believed in the unity of this country. But he doesn't believe that any section of the country should suffer. So these are things, and he's ready to tackle anybody at any time. If he believes that you've said something that's not fit in belief about building a united Nigeria. People may see him as controversial in one way or the other, but if you listen to all his statements, it's about a country that must remain one, a country that every section, every individual should have the same treatment. These are the qualities of E.K. Clark. And what I told the person who asked me the question is that we cannot replace him. All what we have to do is to make sure that we come up with annual lecture or something that will continue to advocate his own vision and philosophy. And doing that gradually, we're going to impact on the younger ones what E.K. Clark stood for. We're all leaders in our own rights, but everybody has his own style of leadership. But I mentioned to that person that even if you read through the history of West Africa, you see that kingdoms rise and fall. And you hardly get, from the same kingdom, you hardly get two leaders that will do the same thing. One leader, one king, powerful king will come and build the empire. Sometimes the weak king will come and the empire will even go. But then this empire continues to endure. So E.K. Clark has done his best. It's left for us to believe in his own vision for life and his own philosophy. When my good friend, one party state, and when you listen to the news, read the show, go through the show media, that's one thing that on an occasion like this, probably one little. Yes, one party states, countries have managed one party states. Yes, one party state may not be an evil after all, because Julius Nyerere of Tanzania used one party states to stabilize his country in their early days of independence. He felt that his country has, just like Nigeria, too many tribes and tongues, two principal religions, Christianity and Islam. If he allowed multi-parties, some parties would toe the lines of religion, some would toe the lines of tribes, and unity would be difficult. But it was properly planned, it was not by accident. If we must, as a nation, go one party, then it must be designed, it must be planned by experts, and we know what we are going in for. But if we come through the back door by political manipulations, then we're heading to crisis. So I will advise that probably a country like Nigeria, it's better we allow the system to stay as it is. Yes, the multi-party, but if we, for some reason, we must go one party, then it should not be an accident. It should not be by political manipulation. Because if you read this book, How Democracies Died by two American professors, then you see that some of these are the symptoms of the death of democracies in nations. And Nigeria is a complex country. And I think it's better we manage the situation as it is, that manipulating the system in a way that will suffocate the country today. I thank all of you.
This is not, we are heading into crisis. We are already in crisis. Insecurity crisis, food crisis, party crisis, hardship crisis. We are already in crisis. So this is not, if we continue in this way, we are heading into crisis. This is the crisis. We are already in crisis, because there is, how do you explain to me that now suddenly all the party they want to form a one-party system, which I know is not going to work. But gradually, you can see what is happening. The rate at which people are defecting to APC. You see what happened in Rivers State. One person is making command, and these are the problem. Is it not what causes crisis? Look at what is happening in the north, in Benue State, in Enugu State. So the problem of insecurity, that one is already a crisis. So we are already in. The problem is, how do we get out of this crisis that we are into? That is the problem. That is what everybody should be talking about, looking for solutions together to get people out of this problem we are into. Do you understand? Because now that they are all the party are decamping to APC, hoping that they will team up to win election, to rig election in 2027, not to win. Don't use that. To rig election. So if they win election again 2027, that means now big problem. The bigger picture is in the future. What you are saying today is just a child's play, like I used to say. I always say. So once we allow these people to come back in 2027, at that time, only God knows what Nigeria will become, what some state in Nigeria will become. Only God knows. But as it is now, we are already in crisis looking for a solution. But the solution is not forthcoming. Rather than for them to look for solutions to quickly solve this problem, they are all decamping. Those people now that is decamping to APC, is it the same person that you want to go and complain to? Because APC, they have a way of thinking. Do you understand? They have a way of thinking. So now all of them, they are all in APC. They have no reason to bring Tinubu, to speak to Tinubu again in a bad ways that the country is not good. For people that are speaking and that do not belong to APC, that are not in APC camp, in some of them, they're not even speaking out. So now the governor of your state that your state needs to complete to, now is now in APC. How do you complete? What is it going to tell you? Is going to continue telling you, patient, be patient, be patient? No, there's nothing. They can't do nothing. Anyways, what I'm saying, we're already in crisis. We need solutions how to get out of this crisis. So if we allow this crisis to continue in 2027, only God knows where you will be at that time. Do you understand? Please share this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel and be your guy. Please.